Ha! I just got cheers from my new tools, um, and I'm playing with some new stuff as always. Using Restream, using my Ecamm Live, trying to see what this is all about. And I can't, am I live? I guess I am live on Facebook. It looks like YouTube, and hopefully it's working well on LinkedIn as well. Good afternoon. Trying to get to a place where I can see comments. Let's see here. Will that show me comments? Oh, yeah, maybe so. Hey, I love checking out new tools. I'd love to hear from you. What is the coolest new tool you've been working with or have found? Whether it's in your business, your personal life, productivity, video. What do you have for me? I'd love to hear from you. Hopefully this is working well. Comment if you're here and you can. Oh, look at that. Yes. Hi, Elizabeth. Can you hear? You coming into me from Facebook? Can you hear me okay? Man, I love playing with new things. I really do. Hey, look. So I've been, there's been a lot going on over the last couple weeks. Continue. Thank you, Elizabeth. She said it sounds good. Let's see. I'm going to add that to the broadcast. What does that do? Aha. Ooh, can you see your picture in that too? I can't see your comment, but I don't know if it shows your comment or not. That's pretty fun. The political atmosphere, and I'm not going to get into politics, but I think the political atmosphere for us has caused even more divide and more challenges. Although I do see in many areas where people are starting to come together, and that makes me not the comment. I have to continue to play with that. Thanks, Elizabeth. Um, I really like to see when people are able to come together and unite. Unfortunately, it's over such a terrible time, such a poor experience. And I just want to say that my heart goes out to the families and loved ones of those 13 who paid the ultimate sacrifice in Afghanistan. I know that I have a lot of brothers and sisters, military friends and family and veterans who are distraught. A lot of people right now, I think, are questioning all of the time spent in Afghanistan and in Iraq and working through those tough times. And I just want to reassure you that we didn't do it for nothing. We were there. We supported those causes. We made tremendous sacrifices. Brian, thank you for joining us, man. Project Die Hard. I just was reading about that, my friend, and I'm gonna reach out to me, Brian, and tell me if there's something that I can do to contribute to your success. And I was just talking about the veteran community and how many people might be feeling right now, and just offering my hope is to offer some reassurance to people to know that we weren't there for no reason. And then I want to offer some perspective here for a second, because there are lots of people out there saying, that we spent 20 years there, that a government should be able to stand on their own after that period of time. And I want to remind everyone to look at how old the United States Armed Forces are. 275 years in the Army. I can't speak truly on the other services, but think about that for a second. So 260 years plus we have been training, preparing, growing, learning new equipment, introducing new equipment, and we still can't come up with a realistic plan to defeat the enemy that we face in those arenas. It still presents a unique challenge to not just America, but many of the other forces that joined us in that support. So just to put that in perspective for a second, right? 20 years is no time to recover and learn an entirely new way of life for your entire country and a new way of doing business. And a lot of them were scared. And I'll leave that at that. But I love to see people coming together, unfortunately, over such a tremendously negative experience. So that's sort of sad. Anyway, better topics. So again, I started this broadcast not really having a clue what I wanted to talk about today, but starting with, I love playing with new tools, so I'm playing with Ecamm Live. I do have an affiliate link if anyone's interested. Feel free to reach out, but otherwise check it out on your own. I'm playing with that. I use Restream to stream live broadcasts to many platforms, but I use it specifically for LinkedIn Live, for YouTube Live, and for Facebook Live. So if you're joining me from any of those platforms, I'm grateful that you're here. And Brian says projectdiehard.org is where you're going to go to find more information, hopefully, but needs your help to get Forward Operating Base Rush is a project under Project Die Hard up and running. Please like, follow, and share Project Die Hard 22 on Facebook. Thank you, Dan, and God bless you, brother. Keep up the great work. Hey, I appreciate you, Brian. And look, I'm happy to share anything we can. Oh, thank you, April. Good to see you. Always appreciative of my perspective. Thank you for sharing your views. You're most welcome. I do like to keep things in perspective for myself, and sometimes talking through them is really helpful. But Project Die Hard 22, I just want to throw out a quick shout out. If you're not familiar, that is a reference to the number of suicides each day in the veteran community. The number at last check, and I haven't followed up with keeping on top of the statistics, but there for a while, the 22 a day was a challenge and something that people were talking about quite fervently, and it's 22 suicides by veterans committed each day. And we all know one is too many, and it doesn't matter if you're a veteran, if you're a business owner, civilian, never had any military experience, maybe you don't even have any military friends. I'm still grateful that you're here, and I want you to know, reach out to somebody. You can call me, you can message me if you're having a tough time, and I won't leave you hanging. I'm going to do my best to help you find the support that you're looking for. Oh, okay. Enough talk about excuse me, potentially negative topics. This is a great place to come and feel at peace and find some inspiration, hopefully. So back to what I was saying. If you've got a new tool you've been checking out, something that you've found to help you be more productive in your business, we'd love to hear about it. Share that in the comments or send a note. Man, goodness, I need some water. On another note, we'd love to have you listen to and or share, as well as leave us a review on our podcast, the Pro Growth Podcast. If you've not listened to an episode, you might consider going and checking out our most recent episode at progrowthva.com/podcast. And we just had a wonderful interview published with Dr. Fred Jones, who always presents some unique perspective as well. We talked through some tough subjects, and thank you, Wayne, for your comments to us the other day, telling us how our podcast was more like a dinner conversation with Elizabeth and I both hosting. We're appreciative for that comments. Thank you for the recent reviews on the podcast on iTunes. I was looking at those the other day, and I'm grateful for those of you that have left comments there and reviews of our podcasts. Anyway, I'd love it if you'd share that, if you just join us and listen. But more importantly, if you have questions that you'd like to hear us discuss, or maybe you'd like to join us on the podcast and talk about some of your own experiences, we'd love to talk to you, find out more. You can always contact us at support@progrowthva.com. And again, we'd love to hear from you about that. This morning I shared a video on TikTok. This relates directly to my military experience, and I just shared a couple components of what every Army soldier learns. Every Army soldier that goes into the military, into the Army, learns what's called the Soldier's Creed. And in the Soldier's Creed, there's a guide to living your life for the service and commitment to the military. But I think it definitely directly applies beyond that to the world of business. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're working on a project like Brian is, or you've got something else that you're doing, the three things that stand out to me from the entire creed are: I will never quit, I will never quit on myself. I will never quit on the people around me, the people who have shown me their support and love along the way. I will, when faced with challenges, do whatever it takes to figure out how to continue to move forward. What do I need to look at inside of me to grow through those experiences? I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade. This I equate to, in business, competition. Competition are my comrades. We are peers. Regardless of the business that you're in, regardless of the mission that you're pursuing, we are peers. If I have success in different areas and I choose not to share that with my peers, and they've fallen, then then I keep those secrets within me. My value and my secrets die with me. My grandfather said something about this last night at dinner. He said that, those secrets don't help anybody, including yourself, if you continue to keep them to yourself. So I prefer collaboration, right? Anytime there's an opportunity to contribute to another person, another individual that is leading a business, that is, trying to pursue betterment in their life, whatever it looks like, I want to be there to support them. I want to share the resources that I've accumulated over a lifetime. And I do that in all the ways that I can think of. Our podcast is one avenue. We have a mastermind that we're working on growing, and that's another avenue where we collaborate together and share resources and information that are going to be impactful for these business leaders as they work on growing both personally and professionally. I do that through my one-on-one coaching. I do that through sometimes social media content, although I haven't been very on top of Facebook content most recently, but we do try to publish regularly things that we find that are beneficial to us that we can share with others. And then finally, I will never accept defeat. So even when faced with potential failures, I look at what are the lessons to be taken away from these situations and circumstances, or these challenges that we're facing. And I'll come to your comment in just a second, Brian, because I got distracted for a second. I'm looking at it and I love it, but let me come right back to it. So, when we face those challenges, the things that we do, the way that we approach a potential failure, what are the lessons to be taken away, right? That's how we avoid defeat. Even if it hurts, even if it's hard, you can get back up. You can keep going. You can find resources and help to support your growth along the way. I just encourage you to look around you, right? Who's in your network right now? Oftentimes as business leaders, we're like, how do we get the next level of leads? How do we get the next engagement? But too many times people fail to look at what's right in front of them. Pick up the phone that's in your pocket. Look at your contacts list. When's the last time you contacted somebody there? Man, I had a conversation with a friend of mine last night. I haven't seen him in 11 years. 2010, we worked together for several years before that in the Army. And I was going through my contacts list, and we've been in touch since, just not directly over the phone or what have you. But we got in touch, and what a great chat that we had last night, and found out that he's just 2.5 hours away from me here in Florida. And I'm already trying to determine when I can schedule a visit, because it's going to be good to see somebody like that. Brian says, we want to work with other veteran nonprofit organizations. Together we will do more. And Brian, you touching on something that is deeply personal to me, because that's a mantra that we have here in the business. We believe that in helping more people better. And by helping more people better, I'm not really talking about the ability to influence millions of people all at once, or even thousands or hundreds, but the ability to positively impact one person's life. That's my goal, is to positively impact one person's life each day. And if I don't reach my goal today, the good news is I get to get up tomorrow and try it again. So by doing that, by positively influencing the people directly associated with me, my hope is that they too will find ways to positively impact the people in the lives around them. And I believe that that's how we spread that wealth, and that's how we make a bigger impact. That's how we change the world ultimately. And so I appreciate your perspective. looking for other veteran nonprofit organizations that you can work with, partner with, affiliate with, whatever it might look like, to support each other is a great approach. So thanks for sharing that. Hey, those are my thoughts for today. I'd love to hear from all of you about what tools you found most helpful recently, what leadership philosophies that you're picking up on, or books that you're reading. All of those things are a valuable contribution to not just me, but the people who might view these and see your comments. So I'd encourage you to share them. And if you specialize in something and I haven't heard from you about it, I'd love to know more about it. So schedule a call with me. talkwithdanw.com. And schedule a quick call with me. Let's connect. Let's talk, find out more about each other and what you're working on. I'd love to hear about that. Always happy to connect with new faces, new people, or even just new voices. So thanks so much for being here. I hope that you all have an amazing weekend. Don't let the world events challenge you. Don't listen to the negativity in the media and in the Facebook world and the other social media worlds. Tune that stuff out this weekend. Take time for yourself. Go out on a date with your significant other. Go outside and play with your children. Go to the beach. Whatever you've got to do to just tune out for the weekend, I'd encourage you to do that. Anyway, as always, it's good to be here. I hope that you'll join me again next week. Hopefully I'll have some more gathered thoughts, but y'all have a great one. And Brian, yes, I'll look for your DM, my friend. Always happy to chat, like I said, and love to find out more about the work you're doing. So thank you for being here and thanks for sharing. Elizabeth, as always, thank you for all that you do for this company. I hope everybody has a wonderful day.